This is Greg. Today is a very brief post. The focus is the fact that there's some video that popped up of Model 3s in the Fremont factory that are in process. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Bonjour, wie geht's, здравствуйте. Some video popped up from a current owner of a Tesla who was visiting the Fremont plant, and it shows, as you can see, Model 3s in process. A few points that popped to mind as I saw it were, number one, I was impressed by the pace of vehicles that were in motion. Number two, as you'll notice, is if you look from a ground perspective, those cars seem to be moving about 3 stories up. So I think this is kind of good because it shows that you can have a lot more activity going versus if you just have, if you look at the video that's being presented for how the Model S is moving, yes, there are periods where the Model S frames are in motion, but in general, there may be one floor up or on the ground. In the case of the Model 3, in this case, we're seeing a vehicle in motion somewhere at least 3 stories. It might even be 4 stories. It's not a clear shot, so it's harder to see that. And I like the fact that you have a conveyor in motion moving that frame, through stages in manufacturing. And I thought the pace that was illustrated was really good, and it suggests that there might be some good news going on in terms of how the put together of the plant is going. A couple of other things popped up, which was, number one, the fact that the stock price jumps $15, I believe, on the citing of this, but this may be related to some news that's going to occur along with what we see with the truck coming up this week. I further wanted to bring up the fact that there's a couple of, sort of mysteries that are worth thinking about going on. And the biggest one that comes to mind for me that you'll see in a subsequent post is, from what I could assess, the Gigafactory is capable of producing 4,000 units of batteries about every 10 to 15 minutes, which would be the number of batteries necessary for a Model 3. They're having issues with putting the full packs together for the Model 3 in an automated way, so that was claimed as why there was a slowdown. But there's a mystery lurking as to what happens to all those batteries, and is it possible they could be repurposed? There's only 3 ways that those batteries are being used right now. One is to go into the Model 3, 2 is to go to the battery packs, and then 3 would be to go to the trucks. I suppose there's a 4, which is Tesla has a number of either corporate or scale, grid scale production activities that they're doing for storage. So those are possibilities, but the hope I was having was if they were repurposed into trucks until the Model 3s were ready to use them, I think that would be a great way to go, and it would generate a lot of revenue that would help the company be successful. The last thing I wanted to note is that I've been hugely impressed by how sort of seasoned investors have been handling Tesla. If you'll notice, I forecasted that after bad earnings, the stock could end up at $250. It stayed at about $300 on the low and is bouncing between $300 and about $320 right now. And if the news on the truck suggests that they're going to start delivering trucks to customers in any kind of numbers in the next 6 months, I think it could have a really big impact on the upside of what happens to the stock of Tesla. I'm kind of doubtful because from what I've been seeing, we haven't been seeing Tesla trucks on the road in large numbers yet. So I really don't think it's ready yet for serious runs. But we'll definitely find that out on Thursday, when I'm expecting it'll be good news. It works. But the bad news is that there are 500,000 customers waiting on their Model 3s that consume all the battery supply. So other than test quantities, we're not going to see a lot of those popping out. I think that's about it for now. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Hope you enjoy the video, particularly those of you wondering about the status of Model 3 production. Look forward to your comments. And I think the introduction of the truck is the next major event that should have an impact in what our dialogue looks like. Tschüss, macht's gut, au revoir, le hitrahout. Please like and subscribe. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight.